Oh, this is not scaled properly. Hold up. There you go. Okay, we're live. We are going to be reacting to a new Treyarch video. It is a season 1 broadcast. They're calling it. There's a lot of stuff to go through here. Half an hour. Gonna wait for some people to get in the stream. I'm gonna repeat myself a million times. I already know, but it's all good. And we have some zombies in here as well. We have a little bit of some zombies gameplay, so we'll get to that. We'll talk about it, and should be pretty cool. And yeah, I saw Noah J streaming. I was like, "What is he streaming? What is this? What is this?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, they have a new video. They have a new showcase up." So I got kind of hyped. I was like, "Okay." Nick with the first comment. What's good, bro? Dan James, Mr. Joe Star, legendary. Name goes here. Chris. They have no. They go through some game. I skimmed. I didn't watch all of it because I kind of want to just watch it live. But they do go through a little bit of what it looks like in the game. Like with someone like the Christmas features, and then they talk a little bit about it, so it is definitely pretty cool. Tehran, what's up, man? Mr. Righty. 50 levels and 5 zombie. That's actually pretty good. Damn. Wait. Well, it depends. Like 5 zombie games. Like how long were those zombie games? Like that's a big factor there. Oh, they confirmed a new zombies map in season 2. That's actually good information. Okay, so, oh wow, okay, that's cool. All right, well let me watch it. Don't spoil everything. I want to go through all the other stuff too because they have some Rebirth Island Warzone stuff as well, which I'm kind of hyped for. So, yo, Alan was the vibe. H-Town Stunner, Mr. White, Hector, Soy. How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? Appreciate you guys coming out to the stream here. Round 15 each time? Oh, that's valid then. Oh, wow. So then you finessed. So then you actually finessed. That's crazy. I mean, is that like a glitch or something? Like, why? I feel like that's too good. I feel like that's too good. I don't know. Oh, I got to tweet out the stream. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's get started here. Make sure the audio is good. I kind of want to start when there's more people in the stream because I don't want people to miss out. But I guess the beginning is just some normal stuff. Nothing too crazy because I think zombies is later on. But... oh, XP, yeah, it's definitely broken then.
Black Ops Cold War Season 1 invades Warzone. Today, we'll connect with members of the Raven and Treyarch.
I like how they have the green screen in the background.
What's in store for players, but
that's mad funny.
Let's catch up with Raven senior executive producer Ryan Burnett for a preview of what's coming to Warzone.
So they have Warzone and then Warzone Season 1 stuff, multiplayer, zombies, Nuketown, which it's probably the holiday version of Nuketown they'll showcase.
Where did the Nova 6 gas originate from? And this is a map that took place in the original Black Ops 1.
Yo, Clayton, what's up, man?
The
Stan?
Soviets established a bioweapons program where during the Cold War they were producing all that Nova 6 gas. Players will experience open area and open island where they'll be able to roam around.
Nah, it's gameplay of the Christmas event.
Is the actual bioweapons facility. Really great about Rebirth Island is it's going to change what you think about Battle Royale. You're going to come into a much smaller, tighter play space. There's no roaming around or hiding or anything here. You're going to be faced with combat immediately, so it's important to get on the ground, get your loot.
Rebirth Island's going to be mad cool, dude. I actually really can't wait to play.
The Gulag that we know and love is back, and we've evolved it and we've changed it a little bit. We have a new narrative where you come into the game, you're actually strapped down to the chair, you have to break out of the chair, and we have a new battle arena to fight in. 1v1, winner take all, come back into the game.
He's trying to bait you, Adler.
No shit. Vengeance is mine.
With Season 1, we have 3 new operators. The one that we're really excited about is Stitch, who's our new bad guy for the season.
I am going to enjoy this.
I'm blazing. What the?
Discarded by the Soviets, he's a former bioweapons expert, hell-bent on revenge.
You have no idea what's coming.
What we're really excited about with this next chapter of Warzone is all the great content we get to take from Black Ops Cold War and put that and marry that with the existing Call of Duty Warzone content. The users are going to have access to a whole new set of weapons. Really excited to see what they do with it.
Kill the rest.
Alright, we've seen that cutscene, right? Yeah.
He's mine.
I know Rebirth Island is just
Now that we're
Alcatraz from
pumped, we're gonna
Blackout, but
round
I
out the
still
additional details about Warzone,
I still really want
and
to
how
play.
Black Ops Cold War is entering the fray. We have Raven's Ryan Burnett in the flesh and Treyarch's Tony Flame. Gentlemen, welcome. Ryan, let's start with you out of the gate. You know, at launch we got to meet
He looks
Dan
nervous.
Bondurant to talk a little bit about campaign.
Bro,
You know, outside of the opening piece, you know,
You
we
got
haven't
this,
had a
man.
chance to talk to you yet. You're new. Who are you? Who are you and what do you do here?
Yeah, so my name is Ryan Burnett. I'm the senior executive producer at Raven. And the long story is I eat, live, and breathe Warzone. So I've been involved with Warzone since the inception of the project, and I'm overseeing all the production on that project and collaborate with all the great teams working on it.
You talked a little bit about Stitch, who can be unlocked instantly through the Season 1 Battle Pass, but there are 2 other operators that enter the fray. Ryan, tell us a bit more about Bulldozer and Zayna.
Yeah, so what we're really excited about these other 2 operators. Zaina is a heavy weapons expert, and her backstory is that she grew up in the garage. She's a real motorhead, and she has gasoline running through her veins, so she's a real firecracker. The other one that we have is Bulldozer, who's a U.S. Marine Corps Special Recon Team expert. His specialty is close quarter combat, and he's always the first one into the fight.
This probably brings us to weapons and an opportunity to bring Tony into the discussion. So there are several weapons that are part of the Season 1 experience. Groza Assault Rifle, the MAC-10 SMG. Tell us a little bit about each of these. Why these guns? What can players expect?
Yeah, so these are the guns that we think people are going to be wanting in this first Season 1 that fit right into the meta. So let's start with the Groza Assault Rifle. It's an Eastern gun from the Eastern Bloc. From a gameplay perspective, it's a bullpup, which means it's going to be a little bit quicker on the draw. You're going to be able to ADS a little bit quicker. You'll be coming out of sprint a little bit faster. And it's a lot of fun. It's very unique visually. And that's going to be available in the Battle Pass. On the flip side, switch to the MAC-10, you've got a traditional Black Ops favorite here in the MAC-10. We love this gun. We really wanted to bring it back for this game. It's an incredible SMG. It's got the fastest fire rate of all the SMGs. It's kind of a bullet hose, a good pray and spray gun. So this thing's going to be good in close quarters, out to mid-range, and then it's going to fall off a bit. But it's a ton of fun to use.
So those weapons are available at launch, but there are several other weapons that will be available in season. What can fans expect with weapons like the Street Sweeper, the Sledgehammer, and the Wakizashi?
We have a full auto shotgun, the Street Sweeper. This thing has got a massive drum barrel with a lot of rounds in it. And you can be using this thing in close quarters, right? Just hold the trigger down, enter a room, and just sweep. So to focus on these great new melee weapons, we've got 2 melee weapons that offer unique gameplay from the knife. So the first is going to be the Sledgehammer, right? Sledgehammers, of course, are giant melee weapons with a little bit more reach than maybe your knife. You'll be able to get guys from a little bit farther away. You can time, but you're going to need to time that out properly because the attack speed and the connection speed of that melee is going to be a little bit slower. That's what the Sledgehammer is all about, as well as just smashing your enemies up. For the Wakizashi, this is a really cool crafted smaller dagger sword type weapon, and it's actually very quick on the attacks. So this goes the other way and has a shorter range than your default knife, but the attacks are quicker. So between all those weapons, you've still got your knife, which has its unique gameplay tuning that's different from the sledgehammer and the wakizashi. That's kind of how we're approaching melee weapons for this season. They all have a somewhat unique role in the melee gameplay spectrum, and we're really excited to bring that for players to experiment with when they get up close and personal in close quarters.
No matter what kind of new weapons come into the mix, at some point something is going to go sideways, and a player's going to wind up in the gulag. So it sounds like, Ryan, when you talked earlier, it sounds like there are two new gulag experiences, one in Verdansk, one in Rebirth. Can you give us sort of a recap of what each of these look like and sort of how players make their way in each one?
Yeah, we're excited about these two new Gulag experiences. I'll start with the one in Verdansk. We really wanted to lead into the Black Ops lore. So as you come in, you're going to be strapped into an interrogation chair, and you're going to have to break out of that chair in order to get over and oversee the fighting ground. The other thing that we've done is really changed up the fight arena there. We're heavily inspired by Cold War, and particularly the red light, green light mission and campaign there. We just loved that training facility that we had. So what we did is we took that, ripped that right out and put that into the Gulag. The Rebirth Island is all about the prisoners, right? And what's unique about this is there's actually metal detectors here. So as you go down the hallways, your metal detectors go off, alert your enemy, let you know where you're at. So we're adding a little twist there to your 1v1 battle that you have in there.
Let me tell you, there's no better metaphor for 2020 than the Gulag. So well done. They both sound like exciting experiences. We've talked a little bit about progression. How do things work relative to the Battle Pass?
So the Battle Pass is going to progress no matter what game you're playing, whether you're playing Black Ops Cold War or Warzone or even Modern Warfare 2019. Any of those games that you're playing, you're going to be progressing on all fronts. You're going to be ranking up. You're going to be leveling up your guns, earning camos. You're also going to be progressing your Battle Pass. And we have the new Prestige system as well, which is as you're ranking up, again, across games, you don't have to stress about what you're playing, where you're going to grind. You can play what you want to play, and you're always going to be earning rewards. And we're really excited to be able to deliver that for players, to offer them the biggest suite of game modes, of experiences to play, and have the shared progression no matter what they're playing.
So on that note, before we let Ryan go, keep Tony around for a few more questions. Real quick, want to ask both of you guys, whenever players jump into Season 1, what are each of you most excited for them to experience? Ryan, we'll start with you.
I'm most excited to have the players use all the Cold War content that we're interjecting in the Warzone. The amount of content that we're putting in for Season 1 is astronomical. The team's been working really hard. To see all this content piled on top of an already great game is really going to be exciting to the players, and see what new metas form and what strategies they can develop by having all this new content in there.
Tony?
Yeah, it's a really tough question to answer because we've been so close to the Cold War experience and the multiplayer and the zombies, and I can't wait to try all the new weapons and new game modes that are going to be talked about as well, and the new playlists that we're going to have. But really, been spending a lot of time recently in Warzone, helping the team get the Cold War guns to feel distinctly like Black Ops, and it's just a really cool experience to be in Warzone, running around with, you've got a mix of weapons that you're used to in Modern Warfare, and you switch over to a Black Ops weapon, and you can feel the difference, and you can feel that it's unique. It's from a different era. It's got that Black Ops feel to it, and we've been dialing those in to include all the customization, right? These weapons in Warzone are going to have the full attachment suite that you're used to in Cold War, all the customization, the reticles, and the camos, and so forth. So all of that's going to be there, and it's going to feel distinctly Cold War. And having those in the same game and being able to choose the type of weapon that's right for you in Warzone and what game it's from is just an experience unlike any other I've had in Call of Duty.
This probably makes for a good time to let Ryan go. Tony, we're going to keep you around. We're going to bring in Matt to start talking about maps and modes and how weapons begin to play in multiplayer. Ryan, thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.
Season 1 also marks the arrival of 8 additional maps coming to Black Ops Cold War across all of multiplayer, as well as new multiplayer modes. That means it's probably a good time to bring in Treyarch's Matt Schrontz to help us dig into everything that's coming our way. Matt, welcome.
Hi, John.
All right, let's start with the 6v6 maps. Matt, take us to New Jersey.
Let's go. I've never been. I always wanted to go. Now we can't go. We've got a new 6v6 map, The Pines, which, as you said, is based in New Jersey in an 80s mall. So we've got all the 80s mall fanfare. We've got your Galaxy Arcade. We've got the classic food court. We've got your electronics shop. It's a really, really fun map. One of our favorites at the studio. I'm really excited to get it into players' hands. But one of my favorite locations in this map is the Galaxy Arcade. The level design team, the art team, really nailed the vibe of going into that classic 80s arcade. They've done such a good job that you can almost smell the stale popcorn when you go in there. So again, really excited to get that one into players' hands.
Matt, you did such a good job with that description. I can smell the stale popcorn now. It's
Yummy.
pungent. It's fantastic. All right. So there's also a reimagining of a Black Ops 2 map that makes its return.
Yes, sir. Fan favorite of ours at the studio, Raid.
So Raid is a
returning.
reimagined map.
Super excited to get this one out into the world. If players haven't had a chance to play this map before, plays really well in every
Looks
game
like it's the
mode,
same exact map.
just due to that really tight design, specifically for the competitive players out there. Raid has always been a staple in the competitive stable of competitive maps. The team has spent a lot of time focusing on making sure that Raid plays like it played in Black Ops 2.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, there's a holiday version of an old fan favorite making its return.
You betcha. Nuketown Holiday. The cold has settled into Nuketown. It's no longer the hot burning sun that players have been experiencing so far in Nuketown 84. The sun has set, night has fallen. We've got trees, we've got wreaths, we've got snowmen, all of your classic holiday fanfare set in Nuketown.
Tony, of those 6v6 maps, which one are you looking forward to most?
I mean, I gotta say Raid. I'm a nostalgia kind of guy. I love me some Raid. I love me some competitive Raid. So looking forward to it.
All right, Matt, let's skip ahead to some 6v6 modes. One available at launch, one coming mid-season. Tell us a little bit more about what's in store.
A brand new game mode. We've got 6v6 game mode that we're super excited about. It's called Dropkick. It's an objective-based game mode. At the start of the match, you and the enemy team are going to be fighting for control over that nuclear football or the briefcase. It's going to be in the middle of the map. You're going to race to pick it up. The first player to pick it up is going to be given a pistol, and you'll be carrying that briefcase to your side. While you carry that briefcase, you will be earning score for your team. While your team owns the briefcase, if you die, you will not respawn until your briefcase carrier is eliminated and drops that briefcase. Super fun game mode. We've gotten some really tight matches in development. And there's if you hit the score limit, you do gain access to the launch codes. So there may be a little surprise in store at the end of the match if you manage to do that.
Well, that's coming mid-season, but at launch, it sounds like there's some prop hunt action on the way.
Again, a fan favorite. I absolutely love prop hunt. If you're not familiar with this, you hunt props.
Prop hunt's fun.
6v6
Prop hunt's
game
definitely
mode
fun.
where a team of hunters will be pitted against a team of props. The prop team will spawn as a random prop.
We need prop
that can
hunting
be found
zombies,
in the
bro.
map. If you don't like that prop, you can change a couple of times. And it's really your job as a prop to go hide and blend in the environment. We went further than we've went before as far as our ability to create different props this game. So again, prop hunt's a blast. That's really all that matters.
All right, 2v2 gunfight has a few different experiences coming at launch. Run us through the 4 new maps that players will be able to play on day one.
Yes, sir. Gunfight is back. We'll have U-Bahn, which is located in Germany. It's actually under the Berlin Wall in an underground tunnel. U-Bahn is my favorite gunfight map. I love them all, but it's just the vibe of this map, being in that underground tunnel, being able to move through the trains. It's just a really fun map. We also have ICBM, which I believe is actually our smallest gunfight map. ICBM is, as you would assume, it's located in a launch facility deep in the mountains, so you will be fighting in and around this missile. But there is some layering there where you can get on top of the silo. We've got some underground area where you can kind of dance around your enemy. So that's another really, really fun one. We've got KGB, which is located in a Soviet financial building. It actually feels a little bit more like a classic map. It's definitely on the smaller side. It is a gunfight map without a doubt, but it's got some really nice layout and design to where you can really feel clever and outsmart your opponent and outflank your opponent. And then last but definitely not least, and I think this if we polled our developer audience, I would probably guess that this would be their favorite. We've got Game Show. It's just a fun map. It is set on a game show stage. The level design team, the environment art team, the FX Anim team, they've put a lot of work into this and put some fun little elements in there. You can actually go up and melee the contestant buzzers and make those buzz. Somebody pulled off a finishing move on me the other day in game show because I was busy hitting the buzzer. I did get the buzzer, so I will consider that a moral victory. But we did lose that round. So that rounds out our 4 gunfight maps. An absolute blast. They will launch just as gunfight maps, but we do have more plans for these maps.
Well, speaking of maps that sort of evolve, if I'm not mistaken, Miami joins the rotation of 12v12 maps, yes?
Yes, sir. So you're going to be playing 12v12, Miami, combined arms domination, combined arms assault, pushing up through that street in assault and trying to push into the beach and trying to push into the hotel, the Blackwood Hotel, and take that final zone in combined arms assault has been so much fun. And it really provides a vastly different experience in Miami than players are used to. And then I'll also mention that we've got a brand new game mode coming to Combined Arms, which is Combined Arms Hardpoint. So it's the hardpoint that we all know and love, just on a bigger scale. So it's 12v12 hardpoint. You'll be able to experience that in Armada. You'll be able to experience that in Crossroads and now Miami. A single hardpoint zone is going to last a
Yo,
little
that's
bit
interesting.
longer.
Onslaught
Compared to
on the
60,
gunfight
70,
maps?
60, and
Maybe.
66.
They might do that.
The score limit's going to be
That'd
a
be
little
cool.
bit higher, just to make sure that you can get into the swing of things and come back if necessary.
And all of that happens on day one. Looking ahead to some other things mid-season, it looks like the team's got some plans for the fire team map, and it seems like you've got something cooking for something called Sanatorium.
Sanatorium, yes. Very exciting. Sanatorium is located in Russia. It's our biggest fire team map to date. We really, really enjoy this larger space internally. We find that it lets you spread your wings a little bit further, a little bit more in a game mode like Fire Team Dirty Bomb. The lake in Sanatorium is a big focus of that map. So you're going to be able to hop on some wake runners. You're going to be able to pilot a gunboat. We've also got some LTMs that we're planning on launching throughout the season. We're very excited to start playing around with Fire Team Dirty Bomb. The first up is going to be Fire Team Dirty Bomb duos. So it'll still be 10 teams, but it's going to be 2 players. So instead of a full 40 players, it's going to be 20 players. I've had a lot of fun with it personally. And then in addition to that, we've got another game mode coming out called Fire Team Dirty Bomb Endurance. Unlike core Dirty Bomb, where we whittle down, you start with 5 active Dirty Bombs and you go to 4, 3, 2, 1. Once a Dirty Bomb is destroyed in Endurance, we're actually just going to add another one back. So you always have 5 active Dirty Bombs, so the pace is a little bit more manageable overall and on average.
There should also be a new score streak that's coming mid-season. Tony, would you like to tell us a little bit more about the HARP?
Sure. We think players might just like this, especially the longtime hardcore players. This is the score streak, the HARP, the high altitude recon plane. This is a high level score streak. You call it in, and it's going to tell you where all the enemies are. It's going to show you where they are on the mini map. It's going to show the direction they're facing. There's no counter for it because it's a high level score streak, other than to shoot it down.
And guys, as we kind of wrap up things on the multiplayer front, is there anything that you'd like to add? And, what are you most excited for people to experience with season 1? Matt, let's start with you.
Our new maps. I'm not going to pick a favorite. Like Tony said, I'm a classic guy. I love the classic raid, but at the same time, I also love the Pines. I'm really excited to get some more new maps in players' hands. And I think I just ticked over the 24-hour mark in Cold War multiplayer. I've been putting in the work, so I'm excited to get out there and get on some new maps as well.
Tony, how about you?
Yeah, it's always hard to pick one thing, but a big part that we haven't actually talked about are blueprints. We've got a ton of blueprints coming across all of the guns. So I think pretty much every gun has a blueprint, if not multiple. So there's so much cool artwork in there, so many different ways to earn these things as well. Totally new experience for feeling the vibe of the Cold War, feeling what our amazing weapons team has put together in terms of the look and feel of these weapons. And then, of course, getting those variants for the gun, having those attachments unlocked. Really excited for all the blueprints coming up.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks, everybody.
Since introducing Die Maschine, fans have been having a great time with the undead. And things are about to get a whole lot deader with a series of new updates on the zombies front. Here to tell us more about that is our very own Kevin Drew. Kevin, welcome.
Thanks, John. Glad to be here.
All right, let's just jump right.
Okay, so now we got a little bit of a preview of the holiday event. You could already see in the background, like he's in the Die Maschine Jingle Hells game mode. You have the Happy Holidays on the wall there. In this shot, there isn't much on Noct, which, I mean, you know, I'm guessing other parts of the map they're gonna have more holiday themed things. Like you saw Nuketown earlier, Nuketown Holiday. There are a ton of different lights and wreaths and just all different stuff. And in this shot here, you could only really see the Happy Holiday. So I hope it's like decorated like crazy, more than what we're seeing in this image. But let's just go through let's go through some more here.
Right into all that is season 1, and let's talk about the holiday version of Die Maschine. What does the team have planned?
So as you can see behind me, we are adding a new limited time mode called Jingle Hells, which is a retheming of Die Maschine for the holidays.
You spawn in. See, that's yeah. Let me go back to that. I guess this is the beginning. So
behind me,
so when you spawn into Jingle Hells, this is what's gonna happen.
we are adding a new
they'll show you
limited time mode called Jingle Hells, which is a retheming of Die Maschine for the holidays.
It's a megaton, right? Yo, megatons with Santa,
take
bro.
The mystery box and fly off. And instead of using the mystery box, players will now use snowballs scattered across.
Dude, bro, the zombies are so sick. The zombies with Santa hats are so cool.
A megaton has decided to take the mystery box and fly off. And instead of using the mystery box, players will now use snowballs scattered across the map to freeze zombies and drop presents. And inside those presents, you'll get all sorts of things, ranging from coal to ray guns.
How does the idea to do a holiday version come up in the first place? And then what does that conversation sound like?
I mean, it's a blast to do from a creative point of view, because you have a lot of kind of unlimited potential, ranging from enemies to the environment to power-ups. So it was just a lot of fun.
Let's jump ahead to something that's coming down the pipe mid-season. The team is planning a cranked mode. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so Cranked is a mode that is inspired from the multiplayer version. You have a timer of 30 seconds that's ticking down. When it reaches 0, you die. Every time you kill a zombie, that timer resets. It's even more frantic in 4-player when you're juggling between all these different zombies, trying to make sure everyone stays alive.
Jumping back to what is available at launch, PlayStation players who love Onslaught are going to be taking a little trip to New Jersey, no?
That's right. We're heading towards the Pines, the first map we are adding for multiplayer. Throughout the seasons, as we add these multiplayer maps, they will be added to Onslaught as well. So you'll be finding new opportunities to earn chalices and take on as many megatons as you can to earn rewards. Later this season, in addition to the Pines, we'll be adding Raid as well.
The team is also planning an Onslaught challenge, yes?
Yes, so that Jingle Hells theming moves into Onslaught as well. We'll have snowballs scattered throughout the map, even in Miami, and you'll be able to freeze zombies and drop presents. So it's a fun way to get more opportunities for weapons and power-ups.
What is it about season 1 that you are most excited for fans to experience?
For me, I'm excited to see the players get into these limited time modes and kind of experience just a different way to think about playing the game, right? Usually we've got this this path of getting to the mystery box or getting the power on. These modes kind of open up and change how you think about the mode, and that ends up being a lot of fun.
Is there anything that you want to add, anything that I may have forgotten along the way? So
for season 1, we're adding the cruise missile score streak to zombies. You'll be able to craft that at the table.
Oh, that's
Kind
cool.
of adds a new way to clear out an area of zombies quickly. It's a little cheaper than the chopper gunner, and it's a lot of fun to just take control of that missile and come raining down fire and blow out the entire area and kill all the zombies. In addition, Zombies has its own unique daily and seasonal challenges moving forward. In general, this is just kind of the beginning. We're going to just be continuing to add new features and mechanics as the seasons go on. We view this mode as a living, breathing game that we're constantly going to refine and improve. We have a general philosophy at the design team, like we want to make sure that everything is awesome and fun to play. And we're constantly reading community feedback and reactions and listening.
Is there anything that you want to, I don't know, tease about season 2? Anything?
So recently, we've added additional intel into D Machina for players to discover. You might find a hint of what's to come at the start of season 2. We will be bringing you a brand new map at the start, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wow, look at the time. Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, John, for having me.
That's mad funny.
With Nuketown 84 coming out just before Thanksgiving, we figured
So
it
the
might be a nice way to
intel
close out today's show by
the intel really is hinting at the Vietnam Zombies map, and he's just confirming it there. He's saying like, "Oh, we added the new season 1 intel," and in that season 1 intel, I'll probably make a video today going through some of that season 1 intel and then relating it back to zombies. That season 1 intel is the case on Vietnam Zombies map, and in one of the intel documents, it did say, Magna, you're right, February 15th is when that Omega base in the case on Zombies map will be completed. So February 15th is a Monday. I feel like they're not going to release season 2 on a Monday, but the week of February 15th, maybe Tuesday the 16th, Wednesday the 17th, we're going to get the release of season 2 alongside, the new Vietnam Zombies map, and definitely really cool. It does suck. We do have to wait until February. I mean, it's gonna come soon. It's definitely gonna come soon, but yeah, I'm glad they at least confirmed it here, and they're directly saying the intel is hinting exactly at what you think it's gonna be. Like, Treyarch watches YouTube. Treyarch might be watching this stream right now. Treyarch, they're on Reddit, they're on Twitter. They know what we're all talking about. They know we've been talking about the Vietnam Zombies map. They know we're reading the intel, so they decided now let's just confirm it, tease it for all the zombie fans. So I definitely appreciate that. Definitely, gives us a little more, like, not closure, but it keeps us at ease. Like, okay, you know what? We're getting this map season 2. We're going to go through the intel, really try to figure out what this map's going to be all about. So I'm glad they at least confirmed that for us. I'm gonna play through this again if you guys missed it. I want to take my webcam out. I want to record this here. Actually, I can record it after. I don't know. But yeah,
Here to
definitely
tell us more
really,
about
really
that
cool.
is our very own Kevin Drew. Kevin, welcome.
Thanks, John. Glad to be here.
All right, let's just jump right into all that is season 1, and let's talk about the holiday version of D Machine. What does the team have planned?
So as you can see behind me, we are adding a new limited time mode called Jingle Hells, which is a retheming of D Machina for the holidays.
Jingle hells.
A Megaton has decided to take the mystery box and fly off. And instead of using the mystery box, players will now use snowballs scattered across the map to freeze zombies and drop presents. And inside those presents, you'll get all sorts of things, ranging from coal to ray guns.
How does the idea to do a holiday version come up in the first place? And then what does that conversation sound like?
I mean, it's a blast to do from a creative point of view, because you have a lot of kind of unlimited potential, ranging from enemies to the environment to power-ups. So it was just a lot of fun.
Let's jump ahead to something that's coming down the pipe mid-season. The team is planning a cranked mode. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so Cranked is a mode that is inspired from the multiplayer version. You have a timer of 30 seconds that's ticking down. When it reaches 0, you die. Every time you kill a zombie, that timer resets. It's even more frantic in 4-player when you're juggling between all these different zombies, trying to make sure everyone stays alive.
Jumping back to what is available at launch, PlayStation players who love Onslaught are going to be taking a little trip to New Jersey. No.
That's right. We're heading towards the Pines, the first map we are adding for multiplayer. Throughout the seasons, as we add these multiplayer maps, they will be added to Onslaught as well. So you'll be finding new opportunities to earn chalices and take on as many megatons as you can to earn rewards. Later this season, in addition to the Pines, we'll be adding Raid as well.
The team is also planning an Onslaught challenge, yes?
Yes, so that Jingle Hells theming moves into Onslaught as well. We'll have snowballs scattered throughout the map, even in Miami, and you'll be able to free zombies and drop presents. So it's a fun way to get more opportunities for weapons and power-ups.
What is it about season 1 that you are most excited for fans to experience?
For me, I'm excited to see the players get into these limited time modes and kind of experience just a different way to think about playing the game, right? Usually we've got this this path of getting to the mystery box or getting the power on. These modes kind of open up and change how you think about the mode, and that ends up being a lot of fun.
Is there anything that you want to add, anything that I may have forgotten along the way?
So for season 1, we're adding the cruise missile score streak to zombies. You'll be able to craft that at the table. It kind of adds a new way to clear out an area of zombies quickly. It's a little cheaper than the chopper gunner, and it's a lot of fun to just take control of that missile and come raining down fire and blow out the entire area and kill all the zombies. In addition, Zombies has its own unique daily and seasonal challenges moving forward. In general, this is just kind of the beginning. We're going to just be continuing to add new features and mechanics as the seasons go on. We view this mode as a living, breathing game that we're constantly going to refine and improve. We have a general philosophy at the design team, like we want to make sure that everything is awesome and fun to play. And we're constantly reading community feedback and reactions and listening.
Is there anything that you want to, I don't know, tease about season 2? Anything?
So recently we've added additional intel into D Machina for players to discover. You might find a hint of what's to come at the start of season 2. We will be bringing you a brand new map at the start, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. Look at the time. Kevin, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, John, for having me.
With Nuketown 84 coming out just before Thanksgiving, we figured it might be a nice way to close out today's show by waxing poetic on all things Nuketown. And to help us do that, Miles Leslie and Adam Hoggett.
You guys want to watch the Nuketown stuff? Definitely, if you're new, would really appreciate if you do subscribe to the channel. We're going to be making a video right after this finishes here. We're going to talk about Season 2 Vietnam Zombies map, a bunch of the Season 1 Zombies content that we're getting, the new score streak, all that good stuff. And we're going to go through some of the intel as well that hints at the Khe Sanh Zombies map in Vietnam. So that's going to be really fun. It's going to be exciting to start theorizing about what we're seeing here, especially for zombies. Again, like I said, I'm just glad they confirmed it. I'm glad they're at least saying, like, okay, guys, don't worry. Because Treyarch definitely has been reading Reddit, and they're just like, yo, people are mad that we're not getting a new zombies map for Season 1. So I think they decided, like, okay, let's just confirm it. Let's just let them know that Season 2, middle of February, potentially February 15th. That date was found in one of the Season 1 intel documents. Potentially that week of February 15th, we will see that map, and they're confirming here. Like, they're saying, okay, look in the intel. All the intel is directing at Vietnam, the Khe Sanh combat base, and Omega Group building their site, whatever they're building, to breach the dimensional gateways or something. You know what I mean? So it's obvious anyway, because you guys know the whole thing where on Weaver's computer screens at the beginning of the reveal trailer for Black Ops Cold War Zombies back in September, he has computer screens and it has all different locations of where the zombie maps are going to take place. Like, one is Morosco, Poland, which is D Machina. One is the Vietnam location we're going to. One is the Ural Mountains. It's found in the campaign in this game. And then there's one more in Berlin. So I think there's another one too, actually. I'm forgetting. But yeah, it's really exciting though. There's a lot of cool stuff there, and they're going to tease a lot of it to us through the intel especially. So we got to read that intel. What is this about Nuke? I don't know. Wait, they're showing Nuketown.
Ops 4, we're in a snowy climate, very different, and it's a Russian.
Oh, they're doing the history of Nuketown.
We're in 1984. And really
Oh, they're just doing like
kind of
the history of
opposite
Nuketown.
direction as it's been taken over by time in the Nevada deserts and kind of lost to travelers that have kind of made it their home, which is kind of fun.
So here we are. Tell us, how do you go from something like
Yeah,
that
but so I
to
seriously do
holiday
appreciate it if you guys are new.
It really lent itself
Subscribe to the
this
channel.
unique contrast of abandoned and and kind of people.
I'll leave a link down below to
this
this
now this
to this video. It was a special broadcast, but it's a video now. I think it's on Treyarch's channel if you guys want to watch it for yourselves.
So it was just.
I mean, this is it, right? It's just Nuketown.
Can't even get a ride to the airport. They helped you put new.
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna end the stream now. Just a early, quick stream. Nothing too crazy. I might stream later on tonight. I'm not so sure. So if you guys watch the normal streams, I might be streaming later on tonight. Well, we'll just have to see. I do have some stuff to do, but yeah. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm gonna start making that video, and yeah. And then we'll see what happens. Keep in mind, guys, season 1 releases tomorrow night, so I will 100% be streaming tomorrow night, Tuesday night. So tomorrow night, Tuesday night, gonna be streaming. That's gonna be really fun. We're gonna get the new zombie modes, Rebirth. I'm definitely gonna be playing some Rebirth Island too. So hopefully you guys watch that, because there isn't much zombies content for season 1, but it's definitely gonna be pretty fun. But